Hello everyone, this is Jude Leonard from Department of Physics, St. Joseph's College of Arts and Science, Cuddalore. Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about electron microscopy. There are several types in electron microscopes, there are several techniques, and now we can discuss about TEM, transmission electron microscope. Before that, what is the purpose, what is the need of these electron microscopes? First of all, this electron microscope or scientific instruments that is used to find the very minute structure of any specimen. There are certain limitation in it too. Let me discuss about that later. This has the source of high energetic electrons to examine the objects, and these are classified in segments as topography, morphology and composition. Topology means the surface features of an object, that is the sample's hardness, reflectivity and any kind of topographical dimensions can be analyzed by using electron microscopes. And second thing is morphology, the shape and size, the morphological properties such as ductility, strength, reactivity and the three-dimensional reactiveness of that material can be analyzed using electron microscope. And the last one is composition, the elements and compounds composed of some kind of materials, so in a particular amount, that can be also analyzed by using this electron microscopes. This is the schematic representation of transmission electron microscope, the instrumentation part, where you can see at the top the source is the electron gun. It releases electrons as a source, high energized source. And the first system segment is illumination system, where you can have condenser lenses, set of condenser lenses, so it condenses the electrons. So then known as condenser aperture, where the electrons are condensed in a particular way. And the next one is the place where the sample has to be placed, sample holder. And besides sample holder, you can see two objective lenses on either side, and next to it is the objective aperture, where the objective image can be transmitted. And next system is imaging system, and you can see the intermediate lens between the objective lens and the projector lens, and there is also intermediate aperture. So the last one is viewing chamber. After the transmission of electrons on the sample, it gets magnified and fulfill its purposes, and it follows the projector lenses to project in a particular view. And there is a fluorescent screen, so when it is transmitted in the fluorescent screen, it gets imaged. So next one is the recording system, camera chamber, where you can record the image which is seen on the fluorescent screen. So this is the schematic presentation of TEM instrumentation system. The next one is the working of transmission, how the transmission electron microscope is working to make the sample and magnified image as a magnified image. So it is a characterization tool. We can use types of samples, for example for characterizing crystal structure, or to examine the microstructure of any biological system. It has both simultaneously by diffraction imaging techniques we can incorporate in this TEM. So it has several advantages over the conventional one, that is using light as a source. Let me discuss later about it. We have a comparison table of it. What are the advantages of transmission electron microscope? The second one is it has a thin, the conventional term instrumentation is a thin specimen irradiated with the electron beam, where electron beam of uniform current density. We know that here electron beam is considered as a source, and from the electron gun the electrons are emitted and illuminate the specimen through several stages. As we can see in earlier the schematic presentation, there are three stages of condenser lenses system, where the electrons are condensed and it is illuminated on the sample, and there is a objective lens provides information. It has both image or diffraction pattern of the specimen, and the electron intensity distribution behind the specimen is magnified. There are 3 or 4 stages system on the fluorescent screen. So it gets after the transmission of electrons on the sample, it is imaged on the fluorescent screen, and this image can be recorded directly by the direct exposure of a photographic emulsion technique. We know that cell system, cell membrane, like that, we have to increase the voltage level, and the range should be 500 kilowatt to 3 mega electron volt. 3 mega electron volt. The categorization of TEM as conventional transmission electron microscope, high resolution HR electron microscope, analytical electron microscope. Then energy, in terms of energy, it is classified energy filtering electron microscope, high voltage electron microscope, and dedicated scanning electron microscope. This is the representation of beam and specimen interaction, where you can see the incident beam and a transmitting specimen. This technique is common for all the type of microscopes. There is either it may be SEM or TEM. The basic principle is this. The next one is, you can see the schematic representation, the comparison of light microscopes to transmission electron microscope. In light microscope you can use light as a source, and in electron microscope electron is used. There is a simple comparison over here. It is easy for you to understand the comparison, and obviously electron microscopes are better advantage than ordinary conventional light microscopes. There are 2 types of image found in this particular TEM microscopic technique. One is bright field image, another one is dark field image. So this is the diffraction pattern obtained on the fluorescent screen, and this is bright field image. The characterization is taken in a bright field image, and there is a difference in the diffraction pattern. As you can see, the incident electron beam, after the diffraction, after the transmission from the sample, it gets absorbed in the objective lens, and there is a pattern where we get on the fluorescent screen. And the next one is dark field image. You can see the difference in the diffraction pattern. That is the difference of both the field images. This is the comparing table of light microscopes and electron microscope. Simple comparison where you can easily understand the advantage of electron microscopes over light microscopes. The first thing is what is used to make an image. There is a source, and in light microscopes it is visible light, and in electron microscopes it is electrons, the beam of electrons. Second is how does it magnify objects, what are the techniques used over here to magnification process. And light microscope, light rays transmitted through the objective lens and magnify the images. So it is very conventional type, and in place of light rays electrons are replaced on electron microscopes, and it is transmitted, or it can scan the object, and it can be magnify in the fluorescent screens. So the magnification calibration is about 1000 in light microscopes, and it is more than that, it is more than 35,000. How can it magnify? Specimen can be magnified by using the types of condenser lenses where you can see in the diagram. And the next one is what can it magnify? The specimen must be thin and transparent. The transparent material should be used as a specimen in the case of light microscopes, and whereas in electron microscope you can use a kind of heavy metals strained with heavy metals, the specimen of dead or dry materials. When it is coated with the heavy materials, you can use as a specimen in electron microscopes. This is the advantage of electron microscopes, where there are light microscopes has their own limitations too. And what can it record? Color images can be captured using digital or computer and light microscopes, and it captures black and white images, and that can be colorized too in electron microscopes. These are the advantages of transmission electron microscope. So the magnification is more powerful when compared to all types of conventional microscopic techniques, over 1 million times or more. The applications has wide range. As you know, TEM is a very important tool in analyzing materials. Different types of applications or scientific, educational and industrial purposes. It provides information about an element, the structure of the sample, the detailed structure of the crystalline material can be analyzed by using this TEM technique. And due to high kind of resolution, images are captured, so it has the detailed information and complete structure of that material, and it yields information about these morphology. As we mentioned earlier, it provides all types of details about the surface features, shape, size, and all types of morphological informations in that. And it is easy to operate with a proper training. Yes, of course, we have to train a bit to operate this instrumentation. Every material has their own disadvantages too. It is very large and expensive, so it is somewhat tedious to have it in our laboratories. So operation analysis requires special training. Training has to be required to analyze the sample by using this particular technique. The samples are limited. This is the an important disadvantage. Samples are limited, that are electron transparent, able to tolerate the vacuum chamber, and it is quite small enough to fit in the chamber. This is the important limitation of this. So it requires a special housing and maintenance, and the images are obtained in black and white, and further we have to make it as a color. So this is the disadvantages of TEM. And next one can be analyzed, can be detected by using this technique. It has the educational purposes, applications too. For research, we can utilize the TEMs in colleges and in universities. This video gives some information about one of the important microscopic techniques, transmission electron microscope. So, thank you.